Hi, it's Michelle from Michelle's Ink and Stamp It. And hey, I have got a hot mess going on here. but I think we're going to get through it anyway here. So I wanted to show you, said in my blog post I would post a video about my junk journal, my new venture of a junk journal. I have never done a junk journal before, so this is what I've put together so far. So I got this accordion file right here at Staples, and it has, I think, 7 pockets in it. So I use it to hold each one of my elements in my junk journal is in here. So anytime my coffee dye stuff, I'll put it in here, and that way I have it ready to go. So in my blog post, I did a picture of this and said I would share more about it on my video. So here it is. Coffee stained, coffee dyed cheesecloth, a Prima flower, some flowers that I got on Amazon. Sorry, I got glue all over my fingers. And I've been working with a suitcase, and it's got black stuff all over it, so I'm having to decoupage over the top of it, and it's old and nasty, so I'm trying to cover it too. So anyway, this is that's why my hands are a mess. So this is a little charm. I got a bag of charms, all different kind, on Amazon. This lace is lace I had. When I cut off the big flower here, there is a wire behind the flower, and I just twisted the leftover wire that I cut off around this charm, and then put a bunch of glue on it, and then stuck it behind the flowers. So this is a free printable that I got, and I think it's from Tsunami Rose. And then if not, I'll link it down below in the comments. I just ripped it off after I printed it up, and then sponged around it with Close to My Heart chocolate ink. And so I made this little bag out of parchment paper. So that's going to be fun. I've got some goodies in there I'll share later on. So this is a coffee stained paper towel. So I did a bunch of those. I cut out a little pocket card from the Close to My Heart, what was it? Artfully Sent cartridge. And I sized it to a little over 2 1/4 inches by 3. And then I used this as a template to sponge around, and I'll show you that in the rest of the video. So here is a coffee stained index card divider. Here is another little bag that I made out of the parchment paper. Love the way that sounds. I got an old atlas, well-loved, well-used atlas from some friends, and I ripped out the papers that weren't already ripped up and coffee dyed them, and then cut them out on my Cricut with, and this is a tag, this is another little tag, and I use that little template here to just put over the top and then sponge over it, and you'll see that throughout the video. And then this is a tag that, a double tag, so it gives it a little liner outside. And I just put those on craft cardstock. And here's another one. And another one. This is some lace that I coffee dyed. And I have that showed that on a post. It was really wet at the bottom, so I took a piece of paper towel and soaked up some of the coffee that was still on it so it wouldn't drip all over. But it really lightened up that end of the ribbon. So we'll see how that works. This is some tulle. I had a big thing of tulle that I had gotten at Walmart, so I cut a hunk off of that. Coffee dyed it. This is the cheesecloth that and this is the part that I cut off for that little bag that I used. When I was in Italy, I got a couple of these bags, and they have writing on the inside. And so I kept those. So I'm going to use that in there. This is that same laundry receipt, French laundry receipt that I used on the front of the bag. I just cut it up. So this, I just tore around it. I still haven't inked it or anything, but I think I'm going to put it in my thing, and I'll close up the sides and make a pocket out of it for each side. We'll see. Haven't decided that one yet. This is parchment paper. I'm sorry, my hands are black from that suitcase. I can't get it off. So this is one of the things that I coffee dyed with from the Atlas. This is a napkin, and it has some, let's see if I can get it to focus on it there, but it has some real pretty embossing on it. And so I thought I'll coffee dye that too. A little ledger card. Another ledger paper, a doily. I love how this turned out, all the different elements to it. And the other night we went to one of the indie casinos, and they have a sweet shop, and because I go there enough that I get a sweet shop coupon whenever I go in. And this time they put them in these cute little bags, so I saved those. This is some grid paper, line paper on the back, grid paper on the other side. This is a free printable. I think this was from Tsunami Rose too. This was one of the things that was with it, so it made a little tag. So I put the little envelope together. This is a envelope front and back. So I cut them out and then just glued them together and cut off whatever stuck out that didn't match. Added some washi tape. I glued down each side. Used one of my index dividers there. Put some washi tape on it across the top there. These are some envelopes that I used. So I coffee dyed a bunch of them, and then a bunch of them I stamped over. So I just have some, my sister-in-law had some French stamps at her cabins when we were together, so I just stamped on them with the ones she had. And I put a little one on the back. I think I pretty much did that same thing on the back on all of them. When I think, oh, it looked like I stamped it upside down, but I didn't. I like the way this one turned out. And I put a little piece of washi tape on that. This was a close to my heart fairy stamp that they had. This almost looks like a little hillside over here. So that's my envelopes. And then this is, I got at Walmart, they had a Traveler's Notebook paper pack. So this was one of them. So it's like a pattern pieces paper. I just glued the sides up to hold it down. I'll have to either put something on the inside of this or grunge it up a little bit. Then here are my papers. So I just copy paper. I used the little template again and sponged on some of them. So I was really happy with the way they turned out. So that's the sponging there. There again. So these are going to be my pages. Then this was a free printable too. And I printed this up and then tore around the edges. And I'm not sure if I'll use it as a cover or just a page. So we'll have to wait and see. I said, this is a new venture for me. I have no idea. Then I got this notepad paper. It's blank on the back side, but it says tasks, name and date, and projects. So it's got little boxes and stuff, so I could either put like photos down the side or write in it, or I'm not sure how I'm going to use it yet. Do you fold it up that way? Do you fold it up this way? We'll see. I also made these little tags with my sister-in-law. So these turned out really cute. So just a bunch of different elements. This is a card from the dollar store, a place card, and we cut them in half because it was designed on both sides, so it gave us 2 out of 1. And we just started adding little embellishments. She had these little hearts, and I had some ribbon and some doilies, and I just cut out a little piece of the paper and wrote Inspire on it. She had the butterfly punch. I had the buttons. I had these little tchotchkes that I had gotten. And so it's double-sided. The paper clip won't come out. They're glued in between the 2 pieces. So you can use them in your books, or put them on your to hold something closed, an envelope closed if you wanted to do that. Or this one, we made several of them. So I made this book for my mom a long time ago. It was supposed to be for her 95th birthday, and she passed away 2 weeks before I got it done, but I used it at the service, so that was nice. Everybody got to see it. Another one of my buttons, the little Eiffel Tower. Here's the tag that I cut out of some of that paper I got at Walmart. This one I wrote Journey on. And little butterfly punch again, and it's paper clipped on there too. The metal embellishment I had, it's a brad. So you just put them, that book needed a little something right there. So I put it in there. That's my mom. Back in the 40s. So, oh, that's where I used the little cutoff piece. I knew I put it somewhere. From the free printables that I got, I had all these little strips left over, so I just sat and cut them all into banners. So I have those that I could coffee dye and put in my thing. So I have another embellishment area. I have these little tags that I got while I was in France. So there's tons of different elements there that are pretty cool. I know you can get them here, but it was fun to say that, yes, I bought them in France, real close to my mom's hometown, and I paid 33 euro for them. But again, I got to say I got these when I was in France. So, and I thought these were cute too. I didn't use these on those envelopes. I used the one my sister-in-law had that she bought here that she probably only paid like $7 for. So who's the smart one there? So, well, that's it. I tried to keep it short and sweet, and hope you enjoyed that. And this is the first video in my junk journal venture. So hope you stay tuned, and I'll show you what I do next. Bye.